Hey everyone, and welcome back to the 2014 North American Challenger Series. We've shored up the technical issues that have delayed the start of our first game, and now we are ready to go, so let's get to it. LOL Pro versus No Big Deal. LOL Pro in blue, No Big Deal in red. And if you guys missed Champ Select, we got some fun things going on. Veigar, and some Nami support, which is not super unorthodox, but we don't see her much.
Yeah, and this is going to be a first Challenger game with Nami in it. It's going to be LOH playing that. He was low poly for a long time. I think that's lay on hands is what that's supposed to stand for.
Keeps him warm.
Actually, I think it's like a full healing spell. Just
yeah. But in case your hands are cold, you can lay on your hands.
You ever have somebody with cold hands touch you? You're just like, oh.
Yes. But then it feels good that you like provide the warmth for someone else, and so you're like kind of helping out.
It's a transfer of energy. Just,
yeah.
Now your hand is warm, and you can't do that to me again.
Literally a heat transfer. It's going to be great. Or like when one of your hands is cold and you like put it up against your cheek. It's great. Let's get ourselves in the game, though. We do have a match in front of us. Jackie and LOL Pro, again in blue, in case you missed it. Said it a minute ago. No Big Deal in red. We're going to see where they go. Top lane, Rengar, going to be fun to watch for. Yoshi is starting with Doran's Shield. So normally when you see the slightly more aggressive laners, you might see them go Doran's Blade. But this tells me Yoshi more likely to be a bit more of a tank Rengar. We'll see where it goes, though.
Yeah, he wants to survive Hanser up in the top lane and not lose too much CS. He does have his own sustain, but you have to get the empowered Battle Roar in order to heal yourself. So it's not as readily available as the Call of the Meek will be for Hanser on Renekton. But if we look over at a near attack, he has Barrier, and he also has a Crystalline Flask. So he's going to be a completely unaggressive Veigar in lane for the most part. He's going to try to just whittle Jackie out and then take advantage of that.
You know, it's really interesting because I'm thinking about this matchup, right? And it's like, okay, Elise Ziggs has crazy kill potential.
Yeah.
So you probably want to be a bit more defensive here. Bit of a fight. Yoshi can leap at Hanser when Hanser leaves, so yeah, that's a one trade for now. And he's got one Frosty so far, so that'll build up. So I want to kind of think about this, right? So like, Jackie's a big Veigar player himself. So Jackie knows all about that champion, the kind of things he does, how it works out. One of the big things with the new Veigar players, they say you should actually use your Q to harass more often than farm. Otherwise you have no lane presence and you'll get bullied out. You want to actually get yourself in range for a kill pressure. Like burn through his potions, get it down to half by the time you're level 6, then you force him out of lane. We'll see what happens with his Veigar. Right now he's farming. I want to see where he goes with this. Yeah,
that bonus AP, people put a lot of emphasis on it. And there was that person that you're talking about who, I think it was a Challenger-only Veigar player, and he was like, just use Q, not to farm, but to harass. It does a lot of damage. And he's doing a good job of CSing under turret right now. He's still even in, wow, up top, just so much aggression.
Yoshi really pushing Hanser down right there and gets the minions on the way out. 3-3 in minions so far. They're really spending time harassing more so than killing minions. And as soon as they level 2, new skills get picked up, and we'll see where they go.
So he's taking complete advantage that he's zoning Hanser out of getting above 50 in his resource bar for Call of the Meek, because it heals so much more once you pass that point. In order to get that, you have to auto-attack. Oh, Jackie!
Jackie stepped a little bit forward there on that harass. Not exactly ideal for that man, so he's going to chuck through some potions there. Not what we wanted to do. We'll see where the lane pans out, though. It is again, we're talking about unaggressive Veigar.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to help him because he has so much sustain on his side. It's going to make his job so much easier to try and get Jackie out of lane, which seems to be his goal, is to just beat him in farm, scale into the late game, and destroy people and help his team in that AoE team fight, which Jummy Choo is going to step up to the table as well.
We'll see another fight come through here. Yoshi down to half HP. Hanser fairly low as well. And I really want to see what happens here. So when Hanser's low, now this is Renekton's passive. Most people kind of forget about it. When you're below half HP, your Fury gains are increased by 50%. So it only takes you like 3 or 4 attack, or instead of 10 attacks, it'll take you like 7 to get an empowered shot. But Hanser taking so much pain, forced to jump away. Has to burn that empowered stuff.
Ignite burned by Yoshi. And he's so close, he doesn't even get anything off that Call of the Meek. He's going to have to back here. And that's a victory in the top lane for Yoshi. He's going to get this extra CS, possibly push to the turret. Arrows here as well. So if he backs, he's actually going to get a lot of turret damage here. He's not even going for a gank, he's going for the clear.
Yeah, what's funny is like with Aerodactyl showing up there, it means that Hanser is definitely going to back and not try to contest, but it's still going to be a bunch of minions missed there. One full wave here, maybe even more.
And it's Renekton, so much, I mean, sorry, not Renekton, it's Rengar, and they decide not to go after that turret at all. They want to keep him in that position where he's down and not have a wave pushing towards his tier 2. It's early on, and they opt not to go for it.
4 minutes in, engage goes in on both sides by the supports. Damage coming across Everywhere right there. Jummy Chu, we haven't checked in on him much, but he is a misfortune. He's down only 5 minions so far, but that might just grow. 5 minions early is fairly painful.
Yeah, it's Caitlyn, so it's to be expected, especially against somebody like MF. And MF's early game, it's all about that double up, which still has a lot of RNG in it because it doesn't prioritize champions.
No, but it targets the smaller cone first.
Yeah.
Usually you can actually wait around for the opening and say, okay, no, this will bounce to you, and then I can use it. Jump In's going to go in onto LOH, forcing him back again. There you've seen the damage come through.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth here all across the map. Just aggression from top to bottom, middle. You know, we also see that Anir attack out of mana. He's going to back, heal himself up, get a recharge on that flask, and pick up some items for himself.
And Yoshi's just constantly jumping in and out of the brush, using that to get some damage without getting hit back on, and spamming his abilities to get the cooldowns going and get his Fury back up there. I mean, Yoshi can't heal unless he gets 5 stacks by using 5 abilities, hitting the enemy champions with them. So, fully keeping up. Jump in again on LOD, forcing the flash. Another flash comes in. The dive coming through, but there's Elise. A 3-man bubble. How amazing by LOH, saving his teammate's life. That was just so good.
So you're talking about Nami with the disengage potential and how some supports do it a little differently. That's how Nami does it with the skill shot. That could not have gone better for him.
3-man stun. That's just so good. Jackie, there you go. Jukes out the cast, and your tech had to lead him a little bit with the event horizon. Jackie baits it. He's going to be safe.
He just struts right around it. And he also knows the cooldown on Event Horizon is about 20 seconds at rank 1. So it's not going to be up for a while. And this allows them to be aggressive and down bottom.
Oh, they might try again. They're not going to go for it. LOD one last charge in the slow. Yeah, no dive.
So you know where the jungler is. You can answer that and just sit in the lane and just let it play out. So the other 2 lanes, they're just going to sit there and just farm up. So.
Yeah. It's okay for now. Yeah. Guys, we had a quick pause in that game. We'll be back in this game before too long, but guys going to be talking to a refs to figure out what's going on in a second. Don't worry about that too much. So early action did come through. We had a lot of early fights and a lot of moves from the junglers as well. None turned into kills just yet, but they have turned into some leads. Yeah. Notable for me is the top lane, forcing Renekton out early, giving Rengar a bit of an edge and experience in gold, and a free shopping trip. That's pretty useful.
And here's the question. You talked about the Doran's Blade
in
the top lane. If he had had that, would that have been a kill?
I think it would have changed the lane dynamic too much. Yeah, but I feel like the HP 5 you get, this is 4.2 by the way, so it's the more powerful Doran shield than the one you guys are playing with on live. I feel like that's way more health back than what he was going to get with the Doran's Blade. So I think the shield was a great choice. I think it worked out. He played longer term engagements, and in that kind of case it works out better.
He backs and gets one as well. So he's like, you know what? I want the Doran's Blade. I want the early aggression and the heal on myself. So
it's something we've been seeing actually. Pretty much everyone but Mundo, I feel like, the meta top laners, they actually get a shield and a blade if they back within that 500 gold mark because they're both just so good. Yeah. You could double blade all the stats there stack. There's no unique passives on Doran's Blade. But bottom lane, a little bit of dive coming through. Damage comes off from the Ziggs ulti. Pterodactyl again forced back. He's going to be safe with this turret. The 3-man siege putting a lot of pressure there. 2-man bubble again.
Turret's almost gone. That extra aggression there from Nijaki, throwing that into the bottom lane and just clearing that wave out. Because it's a 3v3 here, Monobar's not in favor of Walpro currently, but that put a lot of pressure on that turret. It's almost gone. But now we see Anir attack making his move.
Let's see what they can do with this one. It's going to be the Veigar flanking all the way around. He's going to go for it. Okay, Yoshi and Hanser chilling in the top lane. Only a 2-minion lead so far. If Yoshi can last it under turret, he'll be in better shape. And so far, it's been a recovery for Hanser pretty well, despite getting pushed away. So I got to give props for their due to Hanser there in the top lane. And your attack does not go for anything bottom lane. Hit up a little bit by Jackie, but they're kind of trading farms so far. And Veigar, I haven't seen him really stacking his Q very much here. He's really just kind of letting it go through, using it once in a while, but just getting standard minion kills.
Jackie coming to the bottom lane, and no. So both mid laners have made this little feint towards bottom, but as soon as the other mid laner says, I'm not matching you, I'm actually going to clear this wave. But down bottom, there's so much pressure on this turret, and NBD might lose first turret of the game. Heaven Time is it's a tri-lane here in the bottom.
It is, and we so rarely see that, but it's what these guys are going for. About 8 minutes 15 in, there's finally no health left in this turret. You saw Vi already went back into her jungle. These guys know this turret's going down. A couple more attacks, that's gold picked up. 150 per person. 100 goes to the mid laner and top laner. Good money.
Yeah, and they were all in the range of it.
Yeah.
That's an expensive turret right there.
Yeah.
Put them in a 1K gold lead with just that. And the blue buff now being done, but it might be contested here.
Oh, he's going to stand inside the cage. Jackie going to juke everything out. Well played there. Talk about Jackie knowing Veigar quite well. You saw it happen. Dodged every skill shot thrown at him. There's 2 for Veigar you've got to dodge. You guys are happy. LOL Pro as well after that bottom lane success there. The blue buff going around. They're going to grab the dragon as well for themselves. So a lot of good things going on. LOL Pro off to an early lead. Now 1,700 gold.
They get that bottom turret. Heaven Time is already in the vicinity, so he decides to go ahead, rotate there. It looked like they were going to go after blue buff a bit and said, you know what, this is a better objective. We can go ahead and have that blue go over to Arrow. It's no problem. And I don't even think it ended up on a near attack there. He was over off on the side fighting Nightjackie.
Yeah, not that I saw, so not ideal here. Yoshi going to take a little bit of damage from Hanzo. These guys trading blows, but it's one of those matchups where, like, I thought kind of at the start both might be really aggressive. They might trade blows, but they've got a lot of sustain here, and it's hard for them to wear each other down. You're seeing them jump in, a lot of pain, but they heal by attacking each other, and they seem to heal enough.
Yeah, Arrow comes up to the top lane, steps over a ward, so he's caught out, and the movement from Hanzer just signifies to him, I should go elsewhere. Nothing to do here, nothing to see. Back to farm.
Well, again, the trade comes through. Yoshi down to about 1/3. That is risking him. That's worth putting out as well. Again, the Rengar heal does scale with missing health. So Renekton gets more Fury to get more empowered Call the Meeks. They're both just able to heal when they get low and get their health back up.
And here comes Arrow straight into the lane through the bush.
He's 7.
They're both gonna jump out. Oh! Saw that.
Hanzer, no dash left. Does have flash though if he wants it. Slowing from the red buff. Yoshi not even gonna try. Aerodactyl actually not happy. Look how much damage he's taking from Hanzer. He's gonna win this 1v2. Flashes in, gets first blood by himself. And now Yoshi has to ult just to run away.
And now Heaven Time coming up too. So wow, the ultimate there from Hanzer just did so much damage to Arrow. Arrow ended up getting his assault and battery. He got dragged such a long distance that Yoshi was not in range to follow up. But I can't help but think that maybe Yoshi should have used his ultimate to engage that, get the full ferocity, and possibly root Hanzer, or just do some type of burst damage to him at the start so that he could close the distance, because it was just straight out assault and battery. And now they're going to get their second turret of the game here, and they walk away from no!
So right there, by the way, that was outside of gold range. If you guys are trying to keep track, when you get down towards that brush, you're not going to be there. Only 100 gold a person, so a 500 gold turret. LOD taking a bit of pain. Nice flash, is going to dodge the bubble, and the dive comes in. LOD trying to run away, not going to happen. Jummichu picks up a kill. Red buff for himself on top of that one. Nice start.
Red buff misfortune. The double up will apply the red buff to each person it hits. And now they're just going to go after this bottom turret here, and they need to answer one here for NBD.
Yeah. They need revengeance for the bottom lane turret going down earlier on.
Oh,
Sun onto a near attack. Not going to be happy. Flashes in, puts the... almost doesn't find it. Heaven Time, the one who was tanking turret aggro anyway. First on Hanzer doesn't do much. LOLPro making some nice rotations.
Hanzer's sitting on so much gold right now. He hasn't backed since he ended up getting, as in the past, ended up getting his Doran's items here. And he has so much CS, and he's just rotating to mid, even though there's an item advantage for Yoshi.
Doesn't even care.
Yeah, he
Makes
doesn't
it happen,
care.
Makes the roam. And he can show back up to his lane whenever he needs to. Recalls back. Sunfire Cape gets one shot there for Hanzer. A kill, an assist, and the turret. He'll be very happy there. So 2-1 in kills, 3-0 in turrets, and the only dragon. LOLPro very much outplaying No Big Deal so far.
Yeah, they are playing the standard composition here aside from the Nami, who actually brought heal to the table.
Yeah.
So he has so much support for his team in a different way other than engaging. It's this, if you get in our face, which, you know, they are going to.
Yeah.
Because it's a Rengar, it's a Vi, and if any of the stuns land with the near attacks, Event Horizon, somebody's going to need that backup. I wouldn't be surprised if LOH goes from Mikhail's to try and get somebody out of that stun so that the Dark Matter doesn't hit in the late game.
We'll see what they do with this one. Waiting around. Hanzer just getting the push going top lane. Another one thing we do want to keep track of, actually first, is the stun onto an ear attack down to half HP. The cage comes down. He's going to try to run away. The bomb lands. He doesn't dodge it from Jackie. Another kill comes through. And the siege continues. LOLPro doing so well.
And so Nightjackie had so much gold that he ended up buying a needlessly large rod before completing the Athene's Unholy Grail. He could also go for a DFG, but a DFG Ziggs is something we don't typically see. It's possible, if he's confident enough, he's 50 CS up, could actually return Veigar's burst. Be like, you want to burst me? No, you're gone.
Oh, man.
It's possible,
it's unlikely,
but I don't think it's going to happen.
No, the water balloons will only hurt so bad.
It's kind of like a BF sword. Rule of thumb, if you return with 1550 or 1600 gold, you're going to buy needlessly large or BF sword just because.
It's worth it. Built in a lot of really good items here.
Yeah.
See where they go from here. Maria taking a little bit more damage. Dodging back and forth. Takes a mine to the face, though. To the feet, I suppose, is more accurate. Usually where mines hit. Walpro in control of blue.
His control of the blue, the turrets in mid and bottom down. It's going to be easy for them to secure, but the follow-up, NBD doesn't want it. Oh, but here comes Rengar.
Minefield slows him down, though the dive comes through. Yoshi off on the side, has popped the ulti. He's going to get going down, though. The stun comes across as well. Ziggs bomb to the back line. 1 for 0 so far. There's the MF ult onto all 5, forcing them to back on off. Arrow gonna make his way out of this one. Jumpy2 trying to run, but it's gonna take more damage to the back of the head. Oh, LOD goes down. They fire back. Veigar spam plus MF auto attack, but they trade it back anyway. Cage comes out one more time. 2 for 1.
It was a really good bullet time, but that ended up putting Jumpy2 a little too close to the front line there, and Redaction was right in his face. Ruthless Predator, he's stunned up, can't do anything about it, and that's going to get them a dragon when it spawns in 5 seconds. We're going to take another look at that. Yoshi came in from the side, but they knew he was going to almost get hit by the cocoon, but straight onto a trap. So he's stunned, takes a huge load of damage. The Event Horizon was good as well, but the flash is away. Jumpy2, we watch him bullet time across every member of LoL Pro, separates them, flashes come over the wall, but Jumpy2, he goes a little too far forward, right into Hanser's claws.
He chased down onto the Elise, onto Heaven Time, and just got him out of position. That was rough right there.
If he had stayed back, it was a lot of kills that could have been picked up for him if LoL Pro had continued their assault.
Yeah, 2 guys from LoL Pro flashed to chase down the running, I forget which guy was running away actually, with was low on health. Might have been a near attack. But yeah, just unfortunately baited himself into that one. 5-2 in kills so far in this game. 6,000 gold now, putting LoL Pro into really good shape. Near attack happy to sweep away some of these minions, but we just keep seeing LoL Pro do better and better and better. They've been doing better rotations. Their team fights constantly are improving. They're getting every global objective every time.
Yeah, and Hanser up in the top lane, he is constantly just farming, but he's down. He's doing a lot more roaming than that, and Jackie is actually outclassing a near attack here in kills, roaming, and in CS by a good margin. He's at that 10 per minute mark, and as a Ziggs, that's exactly where you want to be.
Yeah.
And as a Veigar, being at 100 right now, you're going to be so squishy.
Yeah, he started so strongly, too. He was completely even with Jackie up until about the 8 or 9 minute mark or so. They were both, I think, 64, 84 around there.
I think it was a spillover from top that ended up getting him.
Yeah, he took a bunch of pressure, got killed in that fight. Another jump in on towards Heaven Time. Maria trying to run away, takes a bomb to the back of the head, trying to escape down to half HP, even lower now. Team will continue to engage, but the health bar is getting lower. LOD doing a bunch of damage. Net comes out the Q, not going to pick up the kill. Aerodactyl goes in. New attack knocked him into the air. Damage onto LOD. Can they trade it down? Looks like not. The shield just enough. The red buff ticking does pick it up. Arrow's going to be happy to take that kill, and it's actually surprisingly a 1 for 0.
Yeah, it was a whiffed solar flare in the middle of all of that hit nobody. I don't even think the slow got applied to a single person. So Maria coming up a little short on that one. But the bullet time was good. A near attack's Event Horizon was good. The barrier as well to get himself out of there. And LOD, Arrow's follow-up, picking him off. And that's what they need. They need these picks like this. They're going to be on their back foot.
Yeah. That's what their team does. I mean, they've got the Vi, the Rengar, the Leona. Like, they have all these ways to engage.
Yeah, pick people off.
Go find picks.
That's exactly what they need to do, is pick people off. The dragon control is going to be a little less, but if they keep that timer, they can pick somebody off before the dragon comes up. Just be like, oh, 20 seconds before dragon comes up, let's find somebody, have sweepers, sit in bushes, pick somebody off, then we can contest objectives, because it's going to be so hard to get in there when there's a Ziggs with so much wave clear.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if they can play around this one. Because the Siege, unlikely to be successful. LoL Pro also holding a longer range AD carry. Red buff going to LOD. I believe this is his second. Earlier when we talked about Misfortune having red, I believe that was from LOD's corpse.
Yep.
So they've been giving Kate, and think about it, right? They've got Kate Nami plus red buff donations. There's so much slow coming out of this long range AD carry. LoL Pro, if they find someone themselves, can really chain that person down.
And we do see Maria off on the side here, waiting for an engagement. And it's going to actually be onto them from long range. Get an arrow out of there. So the poke coming in onto the pick comp here. And the siege from Walpro is just too strong.
Yeah, look at that. The health bar is gone. They burned 2 ultis just to make Arrow run away to guarantee a 5v4.
And that's how you play the siege comp.
Oh, yeah.
Just get rid of all the minions, get those health bars moderately low so they're afraid of engaging you. But the pick comp, you need to group up, you need to out-rotate people, and it does take a good amount of skill.
Well, here's the attempt. They've got the ward down. They know NBD is around. Yoshi pops his ulti. Gets by the bomb. Engage, not going to land on the Hunter. Puts the root down a little bit of slow. The Veigar stun not landing on it much. Then Nami re-engages with Tidal Wave. It's going to stop NBD from going in there. This top lane turret down to 1/3.
Oh, the near attack.
Ooh, careful.
Kind of walked straight into that one. Just over the wall siege coming out here from Nijaki. And it's working out. He's throwing them from a diagonal angle, and they're just bouncing straight into the team or hitting minions and clearing waves.
The dive's going to come in now on Maria on the backside of the Cocoon and takes a whole bunch of pain, and down she goes. Top lane turret even lower. This is not looking good. Near under attack here. His turret going to be going down soon if they don't do something about this.
So a lot of the damage from this composition that NBD created is from a near attack and Jumichu, and both of them are doing worse in lane than their LoL Pro counterparts in terms of CS.
Yeah.
So they don't have the damage to actually pick somebody off if they do get it.
Yeah.
Even if an event horizon lands on every member of LoL Pro and then bullet time full duration comes across, you're going to need Maria to basically double sunlight people with an eclipse and a solar flare to like, in my mind, even get the correct amount of damage to take out these members of LoL Pro.
Well, sure.
Some of them have built tanky already. Like, we have Elise, we have Renekton, and also the fact that Ziggs completed his Athenes and Holy Grail finally. Got Deathcat before that.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Think what's happened in this game, right? We're only 20 minutes in, and LoL Pro's already gotten multiple dragons and 6 turrets. It's a quick, low economy game, but LoL Pro has like 10,000 gold from all their globals here. Hanser takes some pain and doesn't even care. The CZ comes in. They're going to jump in. Nice knockback out of a near attack, and goodbye to Veigar. Little ulti lands a little bit too late, has to flash away. And LoL Pro, again, they can start a fight with their face and just re-engage.
So Hanser went for the Tiamat and the wave clear after he'd completed the Sunfire Cave first because he didn't want to die in lane because Yoshi was putting so much pressure on him. So he picks that up. Now he's just adding to the siege potential of LoL Pro, and the dragon is up right now, and nobody from NBD is in a position to contest this.
And it's going to be another one, another dragon, every single one going over the way of LoL Pro. It's at least 3 for them here. There's just nothing really stopping them from taking their control over the map. NBD tried. They found a couple of picks. They've had a couple of attempts for a team fight. But the way this game is going, they're down to inhibitor turrets now. 21.5 minutes in, and there's nothing they can do to get out.
And Jackie almost has twice the CS of a near attack.
Yep.
This Veigar is down 2 levels, down 100 CS. The impact in the team fights is going to be a stun, and he doesn't have the damage follow-up, but here we go.
The dive comes in onto LOD. A lot of damage coming in towards Caitlyn. Flash the way to the side is going to survive for now. Yoshi not going to pick this one up. Ignite's going to take a little bit more and will pick one up, but it's a 3-for-1 battle so far. The escapes trying to come through. Jumichu running away in near attack. Happy to escape this one as well, but still a 3-for-1 battle. If they get a siege again next wave.
It was a good engagement, but the damage and the items are so in favor of LoL Pro at this point. 12k up, 22 minutes in, it means a lot. They have 150% of the gold that NBD has.
Yeah.
Like, if you were sitting there and you're like, oh, it's 10k, but every team has 100k, it's nothing.
Yeah, but this is 10k at 20 minutes. It's a fairly large amount.
Yeah, so we see Arrow go straight in. The Event Horizon comes down on 3 members here to lock them up. They try to get the damage down, but it just does not exist in this composition of NBD. Arrow gets taken out first. LOD off on the side. The Ignite is ticking, and he drops. And we also had Leona drop there just because he's so far up. Jumichu and a near attack, the only survivors of that fight. And it was a good engagement for NBD.
Yeah, I mean, it was them just trying as hard as they could. MFL went in early to try to get some early AoE down. And honestly, like, I like that choice. They're behind, they have to force things. They know they're against Caitlyn Ziggs. Like, you don't get better siege than that with a healing support on top of that one. So you got to, like, try to do something. And their choice to go in is the right choice. Like, remember that the very first, or it was one of the early Curse CLG games, where Kirsch didn't get any kills. It was like 4-0 when the Nexus blew up. Like, you don't want that to happen. You do have to try. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just not working.
You got to say it's now or never. And a lot of the times, people will sit by turrets that have like 3 shots left on them, and they're like, it's now or never. But at that point, it's too late to say that. You should have said that when the turret was half HP.
Yeah.
Because then the enemy team just hits the turret 2 times, and then boom, it's gone. No more threat there. And then they engage without a turret.
We'll see Tidal Wave not going to hit. It's going to disengage the team, though, as they take the inhibitor and walk out. LawPro sweep wards on their way out of this mid lane. Time already even upgraded his, actually both sweepers on the jungler and the support have been upgraded to Oracle's Lens.
Yeah, they're looking for that full clear. It'll allow you to sweep whatever's on it and then give you a little Oracle Elixir-like buff for a couple seconds. We can walk anywhere and find the invincible stuff. But we actually see Yoshi going straight in. He built full damage with the Hydra. What can he do?
Jumps in, finds LOD. A lot of damage coming across, but not enough. Yoshi didn't have. Jackie finds a kill on a Veigar already. Into the back line goes Hanser. Does a bit of pain, pushes arrow around. Yoshi barely surviving the dive into the back line. Now comes again. It's going to be a 3-for-1, 4-for-1 battle this time around. Not looking good for No Big Deal.
He's got a double-double.
No
Yoshi.
Nope. Yoshi alone on an island now in his own little base. Not going to look happy. LawPro having to push in now for the second inhibitor. This should be the game. 25 minutes in. Cannon Minion flooding into the mid lane. Super Minion there as well. This is going to be Nexus turrets going down. 3 seconds till the revives. Like, maybe they hold on to this, to be fair. Will LawPro stay? They won't, actually. They're going to let
play it safe.
Base live a bit longer.
Something like this where you have a Veigar coming up. He didn't use his ultimate. If he could get a good stun, Yoshi with the follow-up, then it would have been possibly enough. He goes in, he uses multiple Qs. You see them slam down on LOD. He's fine. LOH heals him up. Event Horizon comes down, but in the air attack, he's already gone. Got completely destroyed on the steps. Arrow's trying to get away. And Hanser, this big tanky beast, tankier than anybody in the game because Yoshi built damage. Tanking up the turret, ends up going down, takes it for his team. Yeah, being a brother.
Yep, he's trying. Didn't work. Super awesome. Did you know the Ravenous Hydra active looks just like a Rengar Q? Same animation. Does like the vertical like stabby like jump slash thing.
Oh, when he uses it, yeah.
Yeah, Hydra active.
So did he Q Hydra active Q again? Because he had Ferocity.
Yeah, I didn't see which one he Ferocity.
It looked like he was triple Qing, but
if it was 3 of those animations, then it was
because he
Q
didn't
and an active.
He didn't use Bola Strike.
Yeah. Okay, then
because he wasn't rooted.
Then also, did you know, because now the Q, like my next attack buff, is very short, you can't do the old triple Q anymore.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. That
was fine.
That was a good change.
As an AD carry, I hated that, so we're good.
It was frustrating, because if he had triple Q'd there, it would have been just barely enough to get LOD in that point where he would have had to back out of the fight.
Yeah, there's a good chance I could have gotten him here. But it's going to be tankiness now coming soon for Yoshi, going towards Sunfire Cape. Hanser, of course, already has his, and actually it's a 3-item Renekton versus not quite 3-item Rengar. So I got to say, Hanser with the team fights coming in and being 5-1-6, getting the better deal here in the top lane.
Yeah. So in near attack, he has the DFG now to try and blow somebody up, but there's so many Banshee's Veils, 2 of them now available for LawPro. They have the Mikhail's Crucible completed on Nami, so he's going to have another heal and a way to remove the Event Horizon if somebody's in a bad position, and the QSS for LOD. So LawPro, they're at that point where we have enough damage, let's just keep ourselves safe, and look at how it's paying off.
Well, damage comes through onto the back line, but there goes the Tidal Wave. 1 kill picked up so far. Heaven Time unstoppable. Hanser is going to go down to a 1-for-1 battle here. No big deal. Can they heal up in time? Of course, 2 inhibitors are dead. The top one under siege as well.
This last inhibitor going down, then double super minions will spawn, but there's already super minions knocking on that last Nexus turret here. NBD, they're up against the wall, and they'll only have their Nexus left here to defend.
And here we go. Turret number 2 goes down. Nothing else left in the base but the Nexus itself. Yoshi trying to make things happen. The heal comes off in the LOD. Heaven Time helps to keep the team alive right here, and in comes the push for the Nexus. Just under 28 minutes. LawPro gonna make it to the quarterfinals.
And they show that no big deal, I guess, really was no big deal to LawPro.
Yeah.
Very quick game. They're very decisive. And around the 18-minute mark is when it really started getting out of hand. I'd actually say even a little bit earlier than that, when the top lane Renekton, that early game champion, said, we're not going to let this go to late game. Yeah. We're going to shut you down early. And it paid off.
The fact that he killed the Vi 1 versus 2, dashed back, made her overextend with Assault and Battery, and just said,
Yeah.
chop, 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 chop
You
with
got
my
double
fist
buffs
motions.
from that too.
Exactly, double buffs, kill in lane, and this is right after he'd been pushed out of his lane.
Yeah.
Right? Doran's Blade, Doran's Shield, forced to recall like level 4 or 5.
Didn't get anything.
Still dumps through the lane. Very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Hanser. He did that very amazingly. Now, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when you return, it's time for the second game of the night, VVV Gaming versus Super Team NA. It's coming up right after this.